Claps, 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 claps.
Yes,
Hey, Mr. Omar, man,
what's up?
man, we all take pieces of people with us. Pause, no diddy, however they say. When we journey through life, we take a piece of somebody with us, man.
Yeah,
And I remember, bro, I remember you being a person that could break somebody down with words. Like literally like, hey man, look, we might have to fight, but I can avoid this fight, but I'm gonna avoid the fight by winning with this way. You know what I'm saying? To the point was like, man, I ain't man, look, you know what I'm saying? But
yeah,
what how what and I at times I've found myself in life being like, man, I ain't gotta really have the physical altercation because I can break this down with words, you know what I'm saying? And that always stuck with me or whatever. But
wow,
uh I'm because it was times like that you and other people would like it would be we would gather around to see Omar and Big John going back and what oh man them some two talking motherfuckers man I want to see what they say this is
yeah,
they gonna say something in the conversation that's gonna permeate through the neighborhood and become a hood saying you know what I'm saying whatever y'all were creators of words you know what I'm saying
yeah,
y'all was the talented tenth I would say because I think you like a year or two older than me but
yeah, yeah,
y'all
yeah.
was the talent y'all was the talented tenth. You know what I'm saying? I joke and play with my brother Dub sometimes. I'm like, bro, I grew up in the screwed up click era when they wasn't even the throatest rappers in the neighborhood. They was just the ones that had got home at the time. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
So
right,
it's
yeah,
like
yeah,
I've heard y'all, you and Tune and some of these other members, you know what I'm saying, some of the guys in the neighborhood who ended up, going into music. I'm like, man, all these dudes was going, bro. I'm just sitting here watching, like, man, this is at that time you don't realize it, but as you get older and exchange ideas and exchange hood stories, it's
yeah.
like that wasn't everybody experience, man. Oh
No,
child,
not at all. Yeah,
man.
it was a time to live in, man, and it was a hood to live in. And yeah, man, I always been a man of words. I don't say much, but when I say something, I try to leave an impact. And because words can get you into trouble, it can get you out of trouble, it can make peace. It can cause war. So words, it's power in the tongue. It's very powerful. So yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Now I'm growing up. I kind of make sure what I say, it's the direction that I'm going. You know what I mean? Have an impact.
Yeah.
I just don't run off the mouth. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But yeah.
Feel like this is a third war podcast tonight,
I
man.
see.
I see that's what this is tonight. You know what I'm saying?
Man, I ain't gonna even flex, man. J. Cole got me on. J. Cole got me on the piece, man. You know what I'm saying? So,
Man, let's speak about it. How do we truly feel about J. Cole waving a white flag?
I mean, I
Oh
like it,
man.
bro. I like it,
I,
man.
I
I,
heard something about it. I've been working, man. I didn't even see the details. So basically what I heard was that he put out a diss song or whatever.
yeah, he
Mm-hmm.
put out a cool little EP or whatever you call it. It was a nice project, fire project, and then I think like the last song, second to last song, 7 minutes or whatever it's called,
Mm-hmm.
was him shooting at Kendrick.
In
And
response
then
to what Kendrick had done.
Yeah,
he waved the flag after that.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
Dreamville
yeah, yeah.
Fest. He got on stage and kind of waved the white flag, saying he really, ain't got it in his heart to be for his brother. He really love his brother. Which, I mean, for the record, you can say that J. Cole started shooting first, but that's up to opinion.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I don't think like with J. Cole, I don't think he like the really like the beefing type or whatever. How I feel, he probably dropped it just to show, what he can do, what he's capable of.
Yeah.
But I don't know. This is just an era of I don't know how inside it could be or not, but anytime like two big stars go at each other, that's promotion in itself. You know what I mean? So we don't know what's going on in the background, because if one person's sales are going down, the other person go. We're in the age of everything is free. Nobody pays for anything now. So it's no such thing as album sales. You selling your image. That's what sells. That's the only thing that sells right now. So we don't know what goes on behind the scenes, and people love conflict. People love watching negativity. That's why all the negative shows they blow up. And then, you know, anything that's too positive, it's like, okay, yeah, that's cool. And people keep scrolling. But you see somebody get knocked across their head, or somebody talking crazy, or busting some windows, or throwing people's stuff out the window, that people tune into that because it's interesting, because you want to see, okay, I'm team this, I'm team Kendrick, I'm team J. Cole. It's like everybody like a team. Everybody like to be on a team. Everybody like to tribalize. So I take everything with a grain of salt. It could be some, you know, realism to that, but who knows? It could be 100%, it could be 10%. I don't know. But I respect both of them as artists.
I was excited for the hip hop Civil War, to be honest with you. And I'm gonna tell you why. Because to me, this is not, I don't think it's your average hip hop rap beef. A lot of times where this stuff is kind of gang related and people end up shot and dead and shit like that. I looked at it more or less like you got what we're saying are the juggernauts of rap right now, which is J. Cole, Drake, and Kendrick, however order you put them in. And I just looked at it as Kendrick Lamar shot a shot. He tired of this big three. I'm the supreme rapper. And I kind of looked at it as just hip hop verbal jousting, lyricists going back and forth. I don't think this is a rap beef, shootout, jump niggas type of situation. I think it was strictly lyrical, going back and forth. Drake is the petty king, and a lot of these shots really wasn't for J. Cole. J. Cole got hit by some strays because he was standing next to him. It was really meant for Drake, and they've been throwing subliminals for years back and forth. I was just looking for the you know, like the lyrical battle. It's hip hop, and that's kind of what hip hop was built on.
It was.
Yeah, two MCs going back and forth, seeing who got the hottest lines. You know what I'm talking about? Not the gang shit. Not the gang shit. Dub. I ain't talking about the gang shit. I'm talking about the lyrical battles. Yeah, I'm just talking about the lyrical battles back and forth.
Yeah, the lyrical battles back then even had they levels, because like back then when you battled, sometimes the big, like, okay, a perfect example is Bone Thugs and Harmony, Crucial Conflict, and Twister, right?
Yeah.
They battling over styles, and to prove that, like, at first how they battling is with they songs. They like kind of like a versus type, like I'm not saying nothing about you. I'm just showing how cold I am with my skill. And that's my battle to you. At the end, I'm gonna shoot my shot and be like, yeah, can you do that? Or I'm gonna say, this is for that bust over there, that what you call it, right? Now the song, it might have been a love song, or it might have been a song about a Cadillac. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I'm just showing how cold I am. But then there's other cats who was like, I'm gonna insult you, man. You know what I'm saying? You know, and then so now, to me, I feel like J. Cole, his lyrical win would have been with style. You know what I'm saying? Whereas Kendrick Lamar's win would have been like, I'm from Compton, and it'd have been more, you know what I'm saying? I don't think it'd have been as lyrically based. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's the difference to me. You know what I'm saying? It's like that even in battling, there's more. There's this an equal amount of just artistry versus artistry, as opposed to me versus you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to check out both of their content, because I just been, man, I live in a bubble most of the time. So when I get stuff, I'll be getting it in bits and pieces, because I'm so entrapped in what I'm doing. I don't want too much outside influences on all the stuff I'm doing. So it's like I have to wager between, should I take all this in, but I'm gonna have to look into that, because I haven't even heard the J. Cole response yet.
It's J. Cole, so it's good quality music. He had a part in this where the beat drops or beat changes, and he started snapping for about a good 2 bars, and then he kind of left it alone. I thought I was gonna have the boy hop on the tail end of it, and it was gonna be like, shots fired back at Kendrick Lamar, and then Kendrick Lamar dropped the next heat rock he got. I'm here for the I'm here for the lyrical jousting. I'm here for the the rap battle. I think this is something that's gonna stay on rap. I don't think it'll be no street shit going on.
Yeah,
But then,
because Kendrick ain't that.
Yeah,
Kendrick,
yeah.
Even though Kendrick from Compton, he ain't that, and even Kendrick could tell you, he said it. I have respect and love for these brothers personally. This ain't personal. This music. You know what I'm talking about? And that's what it should be.
But then in the same breath, I mean, and I don't want to stay here too long. I mean, I don't mind it because this thing is very interesting. This whole idealism, but it's like, how come? Like, how come? Is it a testosterone thing? Is it a man thing? Is it a black thing? Like, how come in order to prove I'm the best, I gotta destroy you? Like,
but
I
it's
can't just
ego
be
though.
the best.
But it ain't just rap.
There you go.
Ego.
That's the word right there.
But look at this though. It's ego. And then it ain't a black man thing. It's just a competitive thing, period. Because when you look at basketball players, Kobe and Jordan and the greats, LeBron, Steph Curry, Dame Lillard, them dudes want to destroy you on the basketball court. They don't want to go beat your ass after. They don't want to go beat your ass after the game at Club Live. You know what I'm talking about? Unless y'all got some personal shit. But just
no, I'm saying, but we're like physically competing with
any competitive arena, even in the arena of business. I want to crush my competitors in business. I want to be the best of the best.
But then that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Like that is one way of that's not to go left, but that's capitalism, bro. That's just capital. That's capitalism. That's what I'm saying. Because no, I'm just saying. But it's not. Everything is deep though. What I'm saying is like that thought process to say that I want to crush and kill everything around me. Like there's a whole other ways of doing it. Like I'm gonna just be the best me, and that's gonna be I'm gonna be the best me, and being the best me is pulling up this company and okay, we're gonna merge this way. Not I'm gonna put you out of business, but I'm gonna show you how to do it better so we can all it's different.
Well, I'm not saying that.
But at the end of the day, competition is good because it makes the best improve. It makes the second best improve because things go back and forth. It's kind of like McDonald's and Burger King. It's like McDonald's will come with a Big Mac, then Burger King will have a sandwich that kind of look like the Big Mac, and then McDonald's will have fries that look like burger. Before you know it, the consumer is the one who benefits because we getting a better product, that's our whole evolution is competition.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's why cars keep dropping new versions every year because they're competing. And you be like, man, this car look like that car. And before you know it, you got a whole new vehicle with rear view cameras and seat warmers. And I mean, cars got so much stuff now. Shoot, you paying, to get your car repaired and your car still running. You got to pay for the sensors. You got to pay for the camera. I mean, there's so much stuff on the car now. It's a computer, just like a phone. We don't need anything anymore because competition, it consolidates everything. It makes our life more convenient.
Well, in a perfect world, I know the word's not perfect, but there's also a way of creating that creates competition without the part of like saying like we have to put them down for us to come up, or we have to crush them. Like I'm saying, innovation could be sparked by just the fact that I have the ability to be innovative. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what they talk about all the time in underprivileged schools is access. Like, well, if you have the access, just having the access to this gives you a different outlook on life. You know what I'm saying? So just the ability to have the access. Now, without the access, like you said, then we'll grow up. Which I don't have access, so I'm trying to get it on. I'm trying to kill everything to get what I got. But if you got access, then oh shit, we building together. Oh shit, okay, we can. And like I said, I'm not trying to go too deep, but I'm saying like I said at the beginning, J. Cole is more style, and Kendrick, even though he's styling, and it wouldn't get to the point of gang banging, I don't think, but it would get to the point where like Kendrick talking about, or where it's combative, you know what I'm saying? It's not like skill against skill.
It should be combative. It's battle rap. Essentially, it's battle rap, bro.
Yeah.
We
then, like I said, it's some battle rappers like they like.
We competing on wax, bro. It's entertainment for one, and it's no different than me watching American Gladiators, and I'm root. It's no different from me watching WrestleMania this weekend, and I'm rooting for Cody Rhodes to beat the brakes off of Roman Reigns and The Rock. At the end of the day, I know it's all friendly competition when the lights is off and these dudes backstage, they all breaking bread together.
Yeah, yeah.
Unless, you know, you got Hulk Hogan and Macho Man who really don't like each other. You know what I'm saying? So that's all. It's entertainment, bro. And as long as it ain't no serious physicalities behind it, you know, it's all good, bro. It's all good.
Yeah.
It's all good for rap. Rap ain't felt this dangerous in a while. You know what I'm saying? And when I
Yeah.
say dangerous, I don't mean physically dangerous. I mean dangerous for somebody to drop some whack shit like J. Cole did and get clowned on the internet by his loyal fans. That's what I mean by dangerous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I can't believe you got this take, but I can't believe you of all people,
What you mean? I think I'm violent?
follower, you of all people, bro, third war veteran, follower of the laws of Tupac Shakur. You know what I'm talking about, man? Lover of Pimp C and UGK, bro. You know what I'm talking about? Rapper yourself. I can't believe that you got this take.
I don't know. You know, I understand. Like I said, because like when, okay, so I know we used to go and just explore the neighborhood. Like, think about it, Omar.
Yeah.
It would just be like a Wednesday at 11 o'clock on in the summer in June,
Right.
and somehow magically 6 or 7 of us would just link up at a certain spot.
True.
And then for the rest of the day, we navigating through we went over here, blah, blah. We went to TSU for a little bit,
For
fell into
sure.
the NYSP program, got some free food. We didn't
Yeah.
fade to the Y for a little bit, shot a little hoops, you know what I'm saying? Fuck with Gaines and Floyd and all them, you know what I'm saying? Ice cream, okay, boom. Now
Yeah.
we didn't move down and we in the bottoms, you know what I'm saying? About Tweeties, you know, we didn't navigate
Yeah.
through the hood and came all the way back in a day, every day. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like it's just wild when you think about that, and then you think about like you can't do that no more. Is this that's not an option no more? You know what I'm saying for these kids, and I'm saying that to say that the times were different. You know what I'm
It
saying?
was. Yeah.
So when Tupac and them was doing what they was doing, the times were different. I'm not agreeing with it. I understand, and I'm saying I cut for it and I understand it because I was in it. But then as an older person and looking at their situation, I'm like, man, why would they beef like this, man? Like they ain't have to go through, you know what I'm saying, what they had to go through, you know what I'm saying? Like we didn't see what happened with, you know what I'm saying? So and they ain't doing the things we did. They having their own experience, but they trying to, but us, our age is like, man, nah, this how rap. I'm not saying I understand both sides of the coin, but
Yeah.
that's what my take is different. I'm just
But
like,
one of the
okay,
main things, like a man Dub said, ego, man, that's just a part of rap. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? You wouldn't even have rap without ego. You know what I mean? Because ego will make rap sound good. Whatever you talking about,
yeah.
you gotta do it big or go home. You know what I mean? And everybody got their
I
way
mean,
of
I
doing
agree with you,
things.
man.
Yeah. But
I agree with you
it
totally.
definitely he definitely stirred it up.
Yeah.
Kendrick, he definitely stirred some things up. And they probably caught J. Cole by surprise. You know what I mean?
It shouldn't
And
have
all
though,
the
because
while,
that man was sitting out there in LA, well in Calabasas, wherever his house at, you know, because you know you don't live in Compton no more, wearing his fake Jordans, living life, bro. And you know what I'm saying? They wanted him to be on first person shooter for whatever reason. He said no, and J. Cole decided to shoot at him a little bit. I don't know why they did that to that man. That man was minding his business.
yeah.
And
I
then
mean,
Metro Boomin and Future made a phone call. And let's talk about the Metro. I don't know. Have you heard the beat book?
I've heard yes.
Man, that it's a hard beat, hard flip, bro. Rodney on Joe Cooley, one of my favorite old school
Yeah,
groups,
that beat
man.
was smashing.
And I don't like the fact that the 3-6 Mafia or DJ Paul got to come out talking about yeah, man. I did the flip first. My flip better. Why you got to do all of that, bro? We know that you tried to do the flip first, and when you did the flip, it was a high track. But Metro Boomin
Yeah.
shit is better.
I wouldn't say better. I say it's just newer.
No, it's
It's,
not.
it's
I mean for his time. I mean that's like saying uh Bob Cousy jump shot and Steph Curry jump shot and like Cobb said Steph Curry jump shot better than Bob Cousy. Well, yeah, because he had Bob Cousy tapes to look at. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying it isn't better. I'm just saying that it's not better because he did a better job, just because he's in a better time.
I think he did a better job. DJ Paul in the same time. Because
from the 90s,
DJ
man.
Paul still makes fire tracks.
I mean, he still does, but I'm saying that's now. But I'm talking about in the 90s, he was doing 90s shit. I can't compare 90s shit to 2024. This
Yes,
nigga
you
got
can.
all types of
You
tunes.
can when both of y'all are doing the 80s beat flip.
Yeah, so I gotta be the king is the person who did it first.
Was Rodney and Joe Cooley ahead of their time, bro?
They was, man.
Okay, I
Yeah.
thought so. I just wanted to make sure I wasn't tripping,
Yeah.
bro. Yeah, I
But
just
that was a hit. That was a hit too. That everlasting bass. That used to knock, boy.
They still do.
Everlasting bass.
Yeah.
I used to want to get
Yeah.
the big country ass finger rolls and the Dookie chain, bro.
Mhm.
You know what I'm talking about? But my tea
Yeah.
lady wouldn't let me put finger waves on my head. She said it's for the young ladies. You know what I'm talking about?
Sometimes parents be right, man.
Yeah, she was right. She was right.
So speaking of throwback artists, who's an artist talking to Omar at this point? I'm gonna
Yeah.
go to you, Dub, next, and then our answer to who are like 3 artists who like you was like, man, how come this artist didn't go far? Like I used to jam this person, like what happened? How they fell off, you know? Or
Well, like through Houston or just someone I know or
I mean, period. You know, it could be Houston, it could be singer, rapper, country artist. I don't, you know what I'm saying?
uh who would I think should have went further? Well, a lot of artists from Houston, like man, well he did kind of go far, but what like Big Mike. I like Big Mike with the Something Serious.
Yeah. Yeah, Big Mike did kind of fall off.
Yeah,
He went
I
to
don't know
jail
what
though.
happened because that
Big Mike went to jail.
I don't want to say what I'm going to say, but I'm saying anyway, man. I remember one time, man, I used to live like 2 blocks. Well, you know, maybe doing the same thing. I used to live like 2 blocks from my job, so it wasn't nothing for me to just hop on the metro. You know what I'm saying? Well, it was like two big long blocks. You know what I'm saying? I was on
yeah.
Braidwood. So I was like, man, I just hop on the. You know what I'm saying? Man, I could have sworn I was like this nigga Big Mike doing security. I was like, but man, maybe I was tripping. So I'm gonna say I could have been tripping. It could have been.
Ain't no telling, but I know that's Something Serious, man. That was like I thought that was like, man, some of the coldest stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Nah,
And
he did a bid and he told he did a bid. I forgot what the bid was behind. He goes into some detail on one of these podcasts, but he did do a bid, so that might have added to it.
yeah. And
When Mike came to
ESG,
the
he
Ghetto
dropped
Boys,
some good hits. You know what I mean? I think he could have went a lot further, or should have went a lot further.
The everyday street
yeah,
gangster.
But yeah,
yeah.
but he made a
Swinging
lot of
Bang,
noise.
man.
But yeah, I think he should have blowed up more.
Yeah, he got a raw deal, man. He dropped Swinging Bang was supposed to be the screw anthem.
Man,
That was supposed
that's
to be the one,
yeah,
but then he went to jail, ended up being Pimp to Pen as a screw anthem, man. You know what I'm saying? Because he didn't have the chance to promote Swinging Bang, but bruh, it was nobody I knew who didn't word for word know Swinging Bang. Like
man,
men,
for real.
women,
That was man.
everybody.
Yeah.
Everybody knew the words. Wherever you went to, wherever you was at, and that song came on, everybody was word for word with Swing and Bang, man.
Yeah,
And I'm talking about anybody the car you got into, they were playing it like, man, Swing and yeah, you're right.
I
that's
think
that really like blew up Houston, man. It was like at that era. In that era, I
Yeah,
think that was like what early '90s. Houston had its
yeah.
own world, man. It was like it was its
world.
own planet, man.
Mm.
And the artist that was coming out, that was out at that time, man, that was hot. That was a different time. That's when CDs was hot and what
Man,
Southwest Distribution and
man.
Pen and Pixel Graphics.
That
It
that
was a
that
different
that
time.
that album cover was so fire, bro. See, and
It
this was
was.
back in the day because I'm a little younger than y'all. So when you was in high school, when the popping CD dropped, like you had to come to school. You came to school with the CD in your hand like it was some J's or something. You know what I'm talking about? So
Yeah,
I
yeah,
remember when Fat Pat died, boys was at the Mad Highs with the Fat Pat CD up in the air. You know what I'm talking
yeah,
about?
yeah, yeah,
And hey man, that Selling the South cover was kind of fire, bro. Had the L Dog like a boat, bro. That was some innovative shit back then.
yeah, 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 for
L Dog
real.
on swingers as a boat.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
That was. It was fly. He was
It
turning
was
that
fire.
corner. Man. Yeah, man.
Everyday street gangster, man. I think street military, man.
Oh
I
yeah.
think street military, man. I was like, man, I'm like, that's another group. Like I feel like Street Military raised a generation of rappers.
Yeah.
Like they all like KB, Lil Flea, Pharaoh,
Yeah.
Icy Hot. Like those are low key the Godfathers of Houston or Southside Houston at least.
Yeah.
Cause
They was getting it
they
out the
would
mud too, man.
man,
I'm talking
they
about
would
from the ground up, man. You can hear the hunger in the music, man. It was jamming. It was jamming.
man.
Yeah.
Pharaoh went to jail and then it was pretty much over for the group.
Around what year would this be, Book?
Street Military had to been 93, 94,
Yeah.
95.
That's early 90s.
Yeah,
And I know
maybe
KB
92.
and Flea, they did a couple of projects, huh?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And they came back with they came back to Street Military with Icy Hot on the Beats a couple years ago. I got a Street Military hat. They got a clothing line and some hats in Hot Times.
Out
Damn.
Outcast is the reason why I wasn't Outcast is the reason why I didn't get in the street military at that time. Because my my brother's older than me. He older than y'all probably a little bit too. And he went to the army. He came back, and when he came back, he had like a little fly Walkman, and he had that Outcast Southern Playlist Cadillac Funky Music CD.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I picked it up and popped it in, bro, and I jammed that shit for the entire 2 summers. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And because it was, bro, it was some shit I ain't never heard before. That shit was like some fly player
Yeah.
pimp music. You know what I'm talking about? And then
Yeah.
it went from them to Ball and G and UGK, and that's all I listened to.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's a good, yeah,
But see,
that's a good collection.
Ball and G is before Outcast and
I know,
before
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying. That's
but
wild
because
when you think
see,
about that.
well, because I listened to the Outcast, and I was like, I didn't know what the shit was. He had the CD was in there. I just pressed play, and I'm like, what is this shit? You know what I'm saying? And then
Yeah.
I asked him, he's like, oh, them some boys out of Atlanta, and then he had the Ball and G and the UGK, which I was familiar with a little bit of UGK, and that just, bro, that was my whole 2 summers.
Yeah.
UGK.
Yeah.
Yeah.
UGK, man, they dropped so many bad albums. They would, man, I ain't see how they were making all that cold stuff, man. All their albums was bumping. And
Actually,
they finally got their recognition, but they push hard for theirs. They always been
Man,
jamming, you know.
always,
So
always.
I can't put them on the list of who should have blew up more, because they towards the end they blew up. They blew up. So
Yeah, yeah.
and they deserved it.
yeah. I was excited to have a brother 8 years older than me. Like, I don't know how y'all were introduced to a lot of music, but I had a brother 8 years older than me. So, you know, I'm leaving elementary and middle school, and my brother's grown at the house clubbing, doing grown nigga shit. And that's how I would get introduced to a lot of music. And because he was hitting the clubs up a lot, I was getting introduced to a lot of out of state music. Like, I remember he came home from a club one night, and he had a promotional CD from 3 6 Mafia, but it wasn't the 3 6 Mafia how it was constructed when they got popular. It was
Yeah.
like one of the first iterations of 3 6 Mafia. It was like 12 of these motherfuckers. And
Damn.
I remember they had a single. The cover was them. All of them had guns and little bitty mask on the gun, and they was beefing with Bone already, bro. And it was a horrible track. It was horrible. It was a horrible track. But that was like my first introduction to 3 6 Mafia. You know what I'm saying? It was like just crazy shit like that.
See, we was so close to TSU, so I don't know about you, but I know it's a bunch of times we fall into a TSU party, you know what I'm saying, and hear something like, "Man, what's that?" Or just messing with some of the people that go to TSU who would come through the hood or live in the hood, and they would get down, you know what I'm saying. So they'd be from everywhere, so they'd be like, "Oh, I'm from Cali, or I'm from Boston." Oh, which I bang over there? We bang this. I ain't never heard of Mac Dre, or you ain't never heard of Almighty RSO. They don't rap a lot. Like, what? Who is that? Oh, it's the Boston Boys. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. And then as those groups spurn off, and they become the made men. So now you listen to Zeno, and then you listen to Mac Mall. I mean, yeah, Mac Mall or Mac Dre. You're gonna get all those other Jackers and all them other side uh, uh, Cali artists that you're gonna be like, oh, hold on, this guy kind of go hard. You know what I'm saying? The same, and now you just because back, like I said, back then they had sound waves and Sam Goody, so you can actually
Mhm.
Mm,
go
Go
into
dig up
there
yeah,
and you like,
crates. Yeah.
oh yeah, and be like, oh, what's this? And you get the
yeah,
CD, go and look, put it in there, listen to it. Oh man, this ain't really, you know what I'm saying? Boys go there and be in that thing for hours, man. They had like
yeah. It
70
was an
headsets.
experience.
Yeah.
Yeah, you go in there and Sam Goody in the Galleria, you just to the whole.
Yeah.
So they
And
be like,
see,
hey, sir, you got to get up off this, man.
I think
that's
people had a big appreciation for music then because
yeah.
it everything is so accessible now. It's good, but in the same
Yeah,
sense, it kind of desensitized people to everything.
yeah,
You
Because
you
I
you
mean,
don't you don't get a chance to like sample shit either. You know, like y'all like Bug said back in the day, you can go. I'm going for this face tape, but when I get in there, you know what I'm saying, it's this wall of 10 shits I ain't know what's coming out, ain't familiar with this artist, and I can throw some headphones on and listen to a couple of things and I can
yeah,
discover something. Well, now it's
yeah,
almost like, look, shit, I know Joe Budden dropping on this date. I'm finna go
yeah.
download the Joe Budden, or I'm finna go download the Young Boy, or whatever it is that you listen to. And
mhm,
like I got Apple Music. I don't really go. I don't even go to the browse page. I just type in who I want to hear. You know what I'm saying? Benny the Butcher came out today. I'm typing in Griselda. I ain't going to the for you page or the search page to see what's new out in hip hop. And the majors are or the machine is pushing who they want to push anyway. So a lot of
exactly.
times those artists who don't have that big backing or are not a part of the machine are not on the major anymore. They project is buried deep down in the minutia of what Apple Music or Tidal or Spotify is anyway. You got to go search for it. So
Yeah,
uh
yeah.
I mean,
They-
I agree. I agree, but I kind of disagree with you because like when like every Friday or Thursday night, at some point, I'm finna open up my phone. I'm gonna go to I use title. I'm gonna go title. I'm finna hit, I'm gonna hit new music. I mean hip hop, new albums. I'm gonna go down for probably 2 minutes. You know what I'm saying? That's probably 100 songs, 100 albums you're looking at. You know what I'm saying? Or as far as I can go to the next week before that and watch. You know what I'm saying? And you right, Dub, but you are right that some of the less um, backed artists are kind of low on it. Like you gotta go like 8, 9 scrolls to get to their name. Like the Zero Project. You know what I'm saying? This came out last week.
yeah.
It ain't in the top 20 as far as on the list, but it's on there. You know what I'm saying? You just gotta go. Like you said, you got to search for it, but it's on there. That's the only good thing I liked about CD Babies and all kind of things. Like even though, like you said, you don't have the backing to put it on the front page or put it in the first 10, when you drop through there, it's on there. You know what I'm saying? Like you do a little bit of digging and not specific digging, but it's general digging. You on there. You might be deep on there, but you on there. You know what I'm saying? And that's
yeah.
the advantage I think. You know what I'm saying?
So
Of
you
having
think you
content.
think as far as like music, is it better now that people can kind of select their songs a la carte? Basically, they can take one song out of album and one song, as opposed back then, you had to get the whole CD. Really?
I,
Now I think it depends on how you look at it though.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
depends on how you look at it and how you like music. Because you know what, because I'm kind of like that. I'll go just grab the song I want to hear, but I will admit that in doing that, I can miss some gems because I don't have the whole project. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes you do that. I grab a song from a guy like, let's say Bug drop an album. I like track 3. I grab track 3, throw it on while I'm driving or cleaning, and then once that song is over, it's gonna move to the next song in my library. Well,
Mm-hmm.
if I had CD or whatever, I might find some hidden gems or find a whole style that I didn't even know about because I'm letting Bug's whole project play. So
Mm-hmm.
uh,
Yeah. Yeah.
See, for me, I think the trick to that, or the trick what artists could do, and some do, I think, is you make the album congruent. You make it link. You know what I mean? And I think J. Cole's done it a lot. I know Sci High, you know, basically if you have a themed album, it's harder for you to skip over that track because it's linked. You hearing in the song, are you hearing in the vibe? Like Freddie Gibbs did the same thing. Like it's a recurring theme throughout the, so it's
Yeah. It's
like
like a
it kind of,
storyline.
yeah,
It
yeah,
connects.
yeah. The ones with Mad Lib, I think, like that engages the listener to get to You know what I'm saying? But like Dub said though, the masses, which is I want to say it's earlier. You ever think that this whole thing is white people, and not the way that's racist, but like this truth? Like, you ever think all this shit that's going on and all this pressure is white people because it's more of them than us. Like it's a lot more of them than us, right? And
Mm.
so some of the things that we do, that's entertaining to them. Like that's like they're going to another world. They're like they don't live shootouts and they don't live crackheads and they don't live blah blah blah. You know what I'm saying? So the stories
I wouldn't
of
say that.
Kendrick Lamar, I mean,
I
I'm
get where
saying
you're
Well,
going, but I wouldn't
culturally.
say that though.
I'm saying like in Iowa, the story of an Iowan growing up is not, generally speaking, is not the same as the story. And I'm talking about a specific demographic. I'm talking about the average 15 to 25-year-old and the average 15 to 25-year-old in Houston. That's a whole different. That's different. That's why in any city with that much distance and it's different. Okay, so what I'm saying is it's like a store. It's like TV to them. And so even though like it might sound like when we look at the numbers, like, well, people like beef, people like so and so, and really it's not that people like that. It's like that it's more of them and they like it. So our influence really ain't being seen like it's supposed to be seen. Like you ain't seeing how black people really react to it, because when you look at the numbers, they're not saying black, white, Mexican. This is just saying I had a million sold.
yeah, I think the black culture, black people, we're just naturally entertaining. Just how we move, just how we talk. Now, as to what get exposed, that's a whole another issue. It's not that that's all we're about. It's just that that's what mostly get exposed. You see what I'm saying? And
That's
that's
what
what
I'm
I'm
saying. Yeah,
saying. Like who really has the control of exposing like the negative part or not our best aspects.
yeah,
So it's just how it gets exposed. But
I don't.
yeah,
naturally, whatever that's out there with black folks, we'll make anything entertaining.
Yeah.
It don't matter what it is. We just naturally creative like that.
I,
what you were
I
saying.
think I think the exposure is on both ends. We do know that there is a machine that profits off of certain kind of content. And, when I cut on the TV and I look at, like my wife, she likes to watch, love and hip hop and shit like that. Yeah, the antics that what goes on the love and hip hop are slightly different from the antics that are going on one of these housewife shows that are showcasing like the white people. Now, on
Right.
both shows, it's still some bullshit going on. It's just a
Yeah.
different kind of bullshit. It has similarities. It differs cultural wise because we're two different
Yeah.
cultures, but some of the
Yeah.
same nonsense does happen. But I
Yeah.
think we also contribute to a big part of the nonsense that is going on, because even without the nonsense that's pushed by the machine, just the idea thought of trying to go viral, we start pushing some of this nonsense. You know what I'm saying? And you see that within some of the nonsense that's pushed with some of the gang culture and gang activity and negativity that's publicized with what we're doing online, on IG, on TikTok to go viral. You know what I'm saying? That's the nonsense that we doing. You might have this white suburbia kid from Iowa, like you say, he might be doing something stupid like trying to eat pods or trying to tase himself or tase his homeboy. You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah. That's what I'm
we
saying.
ain't we ain't
Yeah.
doing that. We ain't tasing our homeboys. We shooting our homeboys on some gang shit, and niggas ain't come back from that. So we are
Yeah. But
part
what
of
I'm
the
saying is,
problem. We are part of the problem, and also the machine that pushes some of this negativity is part of the problem too as well. Because I also feel like I'll let you cook, and I be picking on Leo Cohen because he profits off of it to me the most, and that take could be totally wrong, but he'll get a rapper and he'll push this rapper and let this rapper push drug culture and be addicted to lean, oxy, coke, everything under the sun. And as long as he making music and they're profiting, they good. But you might get a record label that got this white boy who a rock artist who on the same lean, oxy, coke, shrooms, all of that shit. But they see that cash cow and say, let's send him to rehab because I want to be able to make money off him for years and years. When the Leors of the world and whoever else can say, well, cool, he OD'd, we'll go find another one. So That's how I kind of look at it. Might be wrong take, but that's how I look at it.
I mean, ultimately speak, but even in that, I'm thinking about the numbers, right? The numbers, right? So if we saying this generally speaking, it's like 60, 30, 20, white, Latino, black in America. For anything to go down as a majority, you got to have that 60 involved. Because even if all Latinos, and all the African Americans voted in the same way, the numbers ain't enough. That's not 50% of the population. You know what I'm saying? You have a whole other, you have Asians and you have Indo-Pac, you have all these other, but there's a lot of Caucasians. And so what I'm saying is there a possibility that, because, let me say it like this, Beyonce does a country album, right?
Mm.
The album goes platinum. Now, only a fool would be like, Beyonce's is getting country music fans, because whenever Beyonce drops, the people who listen to Beyonce who've already said, oh, whatever she drops from any genre, I'm buying that. So she gonna do her million. If she didn't bring a whole group of fans to country, that wouldn't be a logical thought. The logical thought would be all the people that was already rocking with her bought her stuff again. It ain't like she had the biggest weekend of all time that she ever had. She had the biggest country weekend because she has more fans than country people. But in that same thought process, if it's a bunch of them and they like foolishness, even if all the Latinos, blacks don't like it and vote against it or push against it or don't like it, don't push like, all their likes are gonna make it seem popular to the point where we're like, damn, yeah, we gotta do this foolishness, man, because the numbers say that people like it, but the numbers are not indicative of what types of people like it.
Right.
That makes sense?
Yeah. But like you said, at the end of the day, number one is Beyonce. So that's already a lot of album sales. And people don't realize how popular country is popular.
It is.
Yeah.
Country is popular. And I mean, for Beyonce to make popular, because people either love it or hate it, or it just neither here or there for them. But
Yeah.
just number one, it was bound to sell like it did. Because number one is Beyonce. Number two is country. So people go turn on to that. Number three, you got the controversy about it. So people tuning in trying to see what the fuss is all
Yeah.
about. Number four, it's a TikTok challenge. You know, everybody trying to do the dance to that. This ain't text. I've seen that so many times on TikTok. I didn't even ask for it.
Yeah.
And it's on my For Me page. You know what I mean? So
especially if you like the thoughts like I do. The thoughts
yeah.
and thirst trappers.
You see?
So yeah.
So
So
I'm like, I wonder why I ain't
it's
seen it, 'cause I
everywhere.
ain't seen it yet.
You might
It's
your
everywhere.
algorithms might not be mine. You know what I'm saying? I got the privacy screen on my phone. So yeah, it go down on my phone. Hey, but the other thing is she was smart too, because she actually, of course her project gonna do what it do because of Beyonce fans. She can put out an album what's your homeboy the movie Pootie Tang. She can put an album out like Pootie Tang, they're gonna buy it, bro.
Yeah. That's what
But
I'm saying.
she
That's what I'm saying,
also
bro.
did something smart where she included country artists, up and coming country artists who already had a platform and following, and
Yeah.
she snatched up some of they fans too. And she might have got some new listens that was like never was a Beyonce fan, but
And she
because she had
redid that Dolly Parton song.
yep. Then she had
Jolene.
the little mixed black girl who sing the I'm a Buckle Bunny song. You know what I'm talking about? I follow her too. She kind of fine.
See, that's what I'm saying. Like, Beyonce, you know what? It was a total eclipse the other day, and I don't believe in all the crazy stuff, but I've come to three realizations since that talk. I'm like, first off, well, because LeBron James said something the other day, I'm like, bruh, I'm not a fan of him, but I respect him now because he said that he crumbled in that Heat series, and it was his fault. You know what I'm saying? But and he also said that I ain't have good role players, and that's I've been always saying that. Like, man, this boy, he say when we got the super role players, that's how we won. But that's so I ain't got nothing bad about to say about LeBron no more. I mean, he's still iffy to me, but
When he
on the
said
wrong
this, like a
side.
couple of days ago.
Yeah, on this podcast.
So he said what the
uh,
world knew for like the past 8 years. Gotcha.
yeah, out loud though. But admitting to something, it's one thing. Like niggas know that OJ did it too, but he ain't said it.
Do we know OJ did it?
No, we don't. But I mean, he ain't said it.
I don't think OJ. We can't go down a conspiracy theories rabbit hole. I do not believe OJ did it. Now I think OJ know who did it, but I don't think OJ did it. I don't think he did it.
That's
I
a
don't think
tough
OJ
one.
did
I
it,
don't
bro.
know about that one.
But now I'm like, but yeah, I mean, that was
If the glove don't
was
fit, you gotta acquit.
Yeah.
man. That's like me going
Yeah.
to a
I won't
basketball
say,
court.
yeah, I won't say he didn't do it, but he has, like you say, he may know something, but I think it might be more than he had his part in it. That's all I can say.
I don't think he did it. I think he knows who did it or why it was done. I'll even go a step further and say he was present when it happened. But
You think
I
you right
don't
there?
think, huh?
Yeah, I agree on that.
I think he was
You
present when
think
it happened. I do. I think
I
he
can
was
just see
present
him
when it
like,
happened.
oh man.
It might have,
Why
and
you doing?
hey man, it's Hollywood, it's white women, cocaine, and mafia, bro.
Yeah.
And money being owed. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes I can't help you out, ma. You fucked with the wrong people. And then the whole Italian necktie thing, that's some signature shit. I don't think he did. But I think
O.J.
you know who did
Simpson.
it.
I mean,
I mean, I ain't finna call you bug and tell you to drive slowly in the white Bronco. You know what I'm saying? If I'm totally innocent, bro.
I'm saying,
If I don't know
that was the
nothing.
gangster's part. That was the most gangster's part of the whole thing. It's like, man, this dude, man, this dude got in a truck and rolled down the freeway, man.
Cause you
And drove
OJ and
to
Marcus Allen.
jail,
You can't,
man.
there's nowhere on earth you can go hide, bro. You know what I'm talking about? You're not Ray Caruth. Ray Caruth thought he could hide in the trunk and go to Cuba or something. Like you OJ Simpson, bro. It ain't nowhere you can go hide.
No.
This man got in a Bronco and he wasn't trying to hide, man. He knew what the hell was going on. He seen all these laws behind him.
He had to get his thoughts together, bro.
That's what I'm saying. What is they talking about in it? Hey, bro, I did it, bro, but I ain't do it. You know what I'm saying? Like I did it.
He might have did it like
I didn't do it though.
I ain't paying it this time. I ain't paying it this time, woman. That's how he probably did it.
Man, that's
Yeah,
bad.
that was a crazy time.
Yeah.
I remember when they was doing the verdict or whatever.
Yeah.
Man, everybody was glued to that TV.
Hey, we cheered, low key.
Holding their breath, man. Everybody
Yeah.
held their breath.
We cheered not because we thought he was innocent, but because a black man got away with it.
Yeah.
Bruh,
Why
speaking
we
of
cheered,
funny
bro.
shit, I always tell the story and can't nobody collaborate it for me, man, but you can collaborate the story. Remember Mr. Lester, our gym teacher? I
Is
mean
this going left?
P teacher at no
Okay.
at a P teacher at Turner.
That's hold on.
Mr. Lester, the
PE.
gym teacher, PE teacher, yeah.
What did he look
Okay.
like? Because I definitely remember that name.
Peanut head, kind of swole. He had the goatee. I always used to wear a tracksuit every week, every day. I mean,
That's every
I
black
remember
person.
Mr. Lester. Man, because that was a long time ago. God
but
dog.
look, so okay, so
Hold on, let
maybe
me
you
ask
don't
a
remember
question before you
this.
tell the story.
What?
Was it the fly track suit or was it that thick ass that thick ass polyester shit they used to wear back in the day, bro? Did
He had the zip ups,
the
man.
coach's track suit, the basketball warm ups, the track warm ups was all made of the same thick ass material, bro.
Well, see, he actually had Olympic shit at one point. If I'm going to say so, he was training a boxer. He was training a boxer, and he brought the boxer to come. It's two stories I'm gonna go to. Okay, so this is one story, but he was training the boxer to go to. It was the '92 Olympics. Yeah, it was 88 and '92, one of them, whatever.
What grade I was in?
So
That probably was
we was
88.
elementary. Yeah,
That
we was
had to be
elementary.
88.
Oh, I was gonna call y'all
Yeah,
some old niggas if you would have
yeah,
said
yeah,
middle school, 8th grade.
yeah. No, we was in elementary.
Okay.
So he bring the boxer there. You know, we used to go in the back cubicle. That was where because we didn't have no gym. We had that cubicle that we went to in the back or whatever. So he come talk to us, man. So then here come the Olympics, and a South Korean knocked this dude out in the first round, man. Not I'm talking about, man, to where Mr. Lester was like, he ain't want to come back to school. Because he was relentless and ruthless, like, you got that job, Mr. Lester, man. You had us believe we can fight, man. It's just, I guess
No, it ain't that bad. What? At least
homie
it
probably
wasn't on
could have
social
fought.
media.
Homie probably could fight, bro. And that Korean just was, something like Manny Pacquiao. You know what I'm talking about? Just from Korea.
oh man. And then there was another time, but I got an excellent memory though, because I remember
You
one
do,
time
man. Your memory is real short.
Man, that dude
I remember
remember
one
what he want to remember, bro.
nah, I remember one time we had this some dude, I forgot who it was, man. He brought his uncle. It was career day, and he brought his uncle. And I don't know how it worked out, but he had all boys. I think it was Men's Day or something. So he brought his uncle. His uncle's in the army. He's like, yeah, man, I've been. You ever shot somebody? I shot at people. I don't know if I hit him or not, but that was the goal. They didn't come shoot me. Everybody like, oh wow, young. You know what I'm saying? And so he said something about, it's not as pretty as you think it is in the jungle. You get dehydrated. You know what I'm saying? I've had to pee on some of my friends to keep them hydrated. And we was like, what? Hold up. You had to do what? You know what I'm saying? This is elementary kids. So, you know what I'm saying? It ain't no what's the word? It
No
ain't no
filter.
slick, filter. It ain't no filter, ain't no slick like, we like, huh? Did he say pee? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, yeah, yeah. You had to give him some moisture, they were dehydrated. Oh man, so and so uncle pissing on people like I'm just like, man. I've been talking about in his face, man, to the point where, like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, oh man, this, you went from the coolest kid in the school,
Yeah.
man, to your uncle out here pissing on people, man.
Can't
Well,
bring the drunk
kids go
uncle up
catch the
there,
crazy
man.
stuff, man.
Oh man, I remember that like yesterday, man. I remember everybody, he's one of them kids that really did. Sometimes kids wasn't just the most popular kids. People kind of get down on him. He might have been skinny, he might have been dirty. I don't know, for whatever reason. They might have a fine sister and be sharing her number or whatever it was.
Yeah.
But he had risen up. You could see him with his chest out in the front. That's my uncle right there. That's my uncle. You know what I'm saying?
Oh damn.
He backed on my nephew. I do my nephew. I teach him things. So y'all better mess with him. All that
Teach
type of stuff the whole day.
teach
You
him
know what
how
I'm
to piss
saying?
on his homeboys, huh?
Exactly. Till it comes to the pissing, like, oh man, don't go to the bathroom with XYZ, man. He'll piss on your back, man. Talking about you dehydrated.
Yeah,
God.
I would have got kicked out of class that day.
But
I would have got kicked out of class.
this is in the assembly though. That's why this the cold part. It's like we ain't even in class, bro. We in the cafeteria. We established cafeteria / cafetorium. So he on stage with this conversation. We're like, what? Oh,
Bro,
he don't know.
I was a menace. I would have got kicked out of something. You
Yeah.
can't say no. You can't say no shit like that in front of me, and I just don't terrorize you for the next 3 weeks, bro.
Man,
See, I've never experienced like a career day like that where kids, parents, or uncles come in and share their career. Like we had career day, but it always was there or the soul patrol coming up there or a firefighter. You know what I'm saying?
Firefighters
And
having too much spare time on their hands, man.
nigga come, and then it was always there. It was always the soul patrol that was threatening us not to be thugs and do drugs. And then a firefighter, of course, but I'm from the Clark, so the little black cowboy museum down Alameda. So the same little cowboy used to come. I think he was popping our teacher though.
Oh.
Because he was it was the same skinny 6'8" cowboy. And my question would always be, why are you a bull rider, bro? You like 6'8". Why you ain't hooping?
God, dog.
And boy,
But
was sending y'all messages. I'm a bull. She's a rider, so I might as well
why
become
you
myself a bull
bullshitting?
rider.
Because he wouldn't just come in, do career day. He bring his saddle in and tell us the black cowboy story and all of that. It was informative, but he would never just leave. He'll be like, all right, kids. And then she'll walk out with him, and the class be by herself for like the next 30 minutes, bro. You know what I'm saying? Because at black school, the teacher, they just leave y'all in there,
You
Tell
went to Ryan, Omar?
No, I went to Cullen.
I'm sorry to hear that.
You was down with them, man.
Nah,
We had a man.
Bobcats.
Color ain't even color no more. Color finna turn to they finna have it's finna be a college prep.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, it's gonna be a college prep. I forgot, I read it. I was there the other day, but anyway, man, we had this dude come for career day one time. The brothers of Islam came in with the bow tie dudes, whatever.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Man, he came he telling the story and talking about how tough Junior was, and got to the end was like, when he go to jail, they opened up Junior like a shotgun.
Oh, shit.
God,
Like,
dog.
To the
it's like
kids?
what? Man went to the yeah, it was Men's Day.
Oh,
I remember it was Men's Day, and he said shotgun. He's like, yeah. I was like, oh man,
yeah, that's
I'm never going
crazy.
to
Yeah,
prison, man.
they used to I remember they had some prisoners come to Cullen one time. I guess to like
Oh
I won't say scared straight, but kind of like that.
yeah,
But they weren't talking crazy. Minus the talking crazy, but they had brought like two prisoners and the guards was up there with them on stage and they was talking and stuff. And that was one of the first questions somebody asked one of the kids,
yeah,
did somebody try to get your booty and they like stopped to like put a pause like, hey man, we trying to
yeah,
we
yeah.
trying to teach y'all
What?
how to stay out. He was like, what? I want to know.
Man, what was your heathens doing that color, man, for them to bring
Them
skin
niggas,
straight to the
them
lunchroom,
niggas,
man?
that was
Man, it
somebody.
was a different
They would
time,
pay some
man.
actors, man, to come in like, y'all gotta wear these. Man,
Nah, they wasn't no
they
actors.
would put niggas under the jail. You bring some prisoners into a middle school?
It was
See,
different times, man.
Oh
see,
man,
man,
that's
Shit.
crazy.
People
when
used
I
to smoke on airplanes, man. So,
yeah, they
Oh,
did,
that's
man.
crazy,
Yeah, see,
man.
man, when I see we ain't had a scared straight prisoners, but when I was elementary in the Clark, one of hobby, one of the janitors was OG Melvin. You know what I'm saying? And Melvin was from the Clark, from the community, and he was a janitor up there. Melvin did a couple years in jail, and so if you got in trouble, the principal would tell Melvin to come talk to you. You know what I'm saying? Because the principal, he from the community. And he'd be like, hey man, you like girls? Like, yeah, like girls. You go to jail, you ain't gonna be no girl. You gonna be the girl. I'm like, whoa, bro, you can't tell us that. Oh, gee, Mel. You know what I'm saying? Like, be scared. Like, I don't want to be nobody's girlfriend. I ain't going to jail. You know what I'm saying? So, but
yeah,
but
Man,
hey
yeah.
man, but
nowadays
them
it'd be
them
like,
talkings
I
too hit
do. I
different.
get to be somebody's girlfriend for real. Oh yes, I'm
But
going to
but them
Yeah.
jail.
talkings too hit a little differently when your cousin is one of the OGs of the hood and like, oh shit,
It make
Melvin
it make a big difference though.
Melvin be hanging out with my cousin, man. Like he really an OG of the hood. Like to this day. You know what I'm saying? It's like, oh, okay. I don't want to be nobody bitch, so I ain't gonna go to jail.
Yeah, no.
Melvin, Melvin.
Hey, JB, you
Oh
remember Mr. Thompson?
yes, sir. Yes, sir. You
Man,
told
say
you
that
told
dude
me,
can
but
make a
he's still at
whole
work, man.
he make the whole cafeteria quiet. Everybody be talking, he just coming out, excuse me. Everybody just man, I ain't never seen no mess like that, man.
Oh, 6'8", 6'5". He probably 6'4", 6'5".
Yeah, he was a tall dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Burgundy Benz.
Yeah, he had
Rock.
that Benz. He
Yeah,
kept that Benz
yeah,
clean. He kept that
yeah,
Benz forever.
yeah, man. Oh, we
Yeah.
had a teacher named Miss Body who was the finest thing I
Oh,
ever
Miss
seen in my
Body.
life. See what I'm
She lived up
saying?
to her name.
Man, see what I'm saying? People think I be lying about that. I'm like, her name was
No,
Miss
you're
Body,
not
bro, and
lying.
she
Her real, her
Had
had
them
a
real, her
eyes.
real, her real government was Miss Body.
Yeah.
Carol Body was her name, bro.
That boy know
Harold
his
Body.
her first name.
Man,
God,
her
dog.
name is Harold.
Carol,
Carol.
Carol
Oh,
Body.
I was gonna say, bro, they tricked
Nah,
you.
nah, she was a woman.
I'm talking about,
All woman.
whew, I'm talking about if you didn't have any womanly thoughts coming into elementary, you saw her, you got them. I'm
She
trying
was
to.
bad from head to
I'm
toe,
like, man,
man.
I done fucked up on word pictures again. This body, I don't know. I don't know how does word. I munched the words to start. Let me come show you.
Yeah, boy.
I don't remember no fine teachers in elementary or middle school. Now, by the time I got to high school at Madison, I don't remember no fine teachers. But it seemed like all the young teachers went to Worthing first, and it was a handful of them, and it was like they was like 25, 26.
Man,
You know what I'm saying? But
we had a we had a flavorful. We had flavors. We had Miss Merritt. That was the thick yellow.
no,
Then we
Mm.
had we had Miss Marietta, white chick with the curly hair. She ain't really like niggas. She was there on some. I don't know why she was there, but she. And then you had Miss Body, and you had Miss
Right.
Shields, the choir director, little short little thing. She was a
That
little
boy
petite.
remember everybody.
Man, I'm talking about man.
I feel like all choir director females, they look like they had a they was always either fine still, or you could tell they used to be fine because they probably used to sing in the clubs and do a little something strange. trying to get to the
Yeah.
Diddy party, or whoever was throwing the back then, like what the Smokey parties, you know what I'm talking about? Smokey Robinson, or who else was, or the Isley Brother
Lionel
parties
Richie,
back then, bro. Lionel
Rick
Richie party.
James.
Rick James. Oh no, he don't go
Yeah,
to
yeah,
that's
Rick James
Rick James
parties,
is
you
more
know.
Diddy. Yeah, he the one that
Man,
was
I
like
don't know, bro.
everybody.
I don't know, bro. I feel like back then, 70s, 80s, bro, I think every party was a Diddy party. Really. I'm gonna be honest with
Man,
you. Really.
man, Miss Shields, she figured out that the janitor, Mr. Kevin, who I always thought was the funny bunny, but that's just between him and God. I don't know. But he's like he came into our class and gave us a hip hop history lesson. Like this is like early stage. Like, well, the Sugar Hill Gang, they used to have our jury on.
Did the
Used to
man
have,
talk like that?
yeah, he did. Mr. Kevin, man, he was a janitor, man. What I gonna say, man? And then we had Miss Jones. She was the people place lady. She was Africa, Miss Africa.
Oh
People
yeah.
place.
Wait, time out.
She was thick
Y'all,
too.
you went to the people play school, the school that we came to the
Yeah.
field trip for?
Yeah, that was our
That was People
school.
Place. Yep.
Oh man, I love that little spot, man.
It
You
was
go there, it
Africa,
was. Miss
Mexico,
Africa was kind of
Yeah,
fine. Miss Mexico
yeah,
was kind
Miss
of fine
Jones,
too.
man.
Why you bullshit?
Remember
India,
Mexico?
Yeah.
Germany.
Miss
Yeah,
India, I don't remember Miss India. She was wrapped up, but she put the little red dot on your forehead. You know what I'm talking about?
she smelled a little punch. She smelled funny too.
And then Miss Africa, she gave us coffee beans. We walked out
Yeah.
that hole with some coffee beans. You know what I'm talking about? Oh, Boogie, it was you? All right, Boogie. Well, shit. Since you from Uganda, was you like, was you
Yeah,
role?
I used to go there all
Was
the time,
was
man.
you role playing in Miss Africa class? Like
Nah, man, it was
the
she would
bloody
always come get me.
it's time
I
again
always
to
she's
bloody. Come on, get your
man,
spear.
I stayed in there all the time. She's like, I need you to come help me do this. I'm like, yeah, whatever your fine ass want, man. I'm with it. Let's go.
How old was you,
Yeah.
bro? How old was you?
Shit. Like, let me see, third, fourth, fifth, sixth grade.
I don't think that your thought process was, yeah, I'm finna come help you with your fine ass. I think you just like to go
Bruh,
and help
you
Miss
ain't
Africa.
seen you ain't seen Miss Africa, you ain't seen Miss, and then we saw them in their clothes, not their clothes. You probably only saw her in the Africa
She
stuff.
definitely
We
had on
saw her
dashiki,
coming
but she was
in.
cute though. She had a dashiki
Yeah.
on. I
Yeah, we
remember the
saw
lady
her
was cute.
when she came in, and before she put it on, when she had her, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, oh, man, she got
Oh,
some
you
money at
saying
dashiki, man.
okay. I'm not gonna. I'm gonna let you tell your truth.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, Miss Body, man, Miss Body couldn't put on nothing, man. Like, ain't nothing she put on that you wasn't like, damn, she finding the motherfucker,
So
man.
which coach was
She'll
smashing it up?
find it two motherfuckers.
She was finding maybe 6 or 7 motherfuckers. Like, man, she was so fine, man. Like, you know how it's times when young men and older men they meet at a place where they can be equal and understand things together.
Strip
Miss
club?
Body walked by, nigga, me, Mr. Teacher, even Mr. Isaac, the white boy, you make eye contact with that man and be like, y'all both be like,
So
Yeah.
and then look back at it like, shit.
which one of them was able to go walk off and talk to her when she walked by?
Everybody tried, nigga.
I say which one was able to.
All of them, man, because nigga, it
So
was
she was walking and talking with all of them?
Miss Body was nice, man. She was
Oh,
cool,
well, that
man.
means she
And
was
then,
hitting all
like I
of them.
said,
Yeah.
She might have been
these
hitting
two
all of
fly
them.
brothers that we got.
Ain't no tell. She was nice though, man.
Yeah, we got Andre Hornsby is our principal.
I
He's
remember him
light skinned. He got the
with that
wavy
paddle.
down Richie. Yeah, okay. Then you got Mr. Thompson, who this 6'4" brother who's stay in a 3-piece suit every day,
He
matching
definitely was stabbing
colors.
him. Yeah, he
You know what
definitely
I'm
was
saying?
stabbing.
Then you got Mr. Lester old swole, Olympic champion, boxing, training ass. You know what I'm saying? Then you got
Yeah, he was
some.
smashing it too.
You got some.
Oh yeah. Now I'm starting to remember Mr. Lester. Yeah. It took me a minute.
Everything he wore was tight. Like, come on, man. Like, man, you tripping, man. He
Yeah.
ain't talk much. Well, nope. He's like, you be like, Mr. Lester, man, I was trying to do X, Y, Z. Well, you gotta listen. It was like, damn, man, that's it. Yep, that's it. You gotta go.
I hated his job, bro.
You ever got pops, JB?
I got so cool with Mr. Thompson. I got popped one time. But after that one time, I got so cool with Mr. Thompson, Mr. Lester, man. I get in trouble going in like, what you doing in here? I was like, man, they said, man, get up out of here. I got so cool with them, bro. I was like, man, look.
So you was a little
I
rat,
went,
huh? You was telling
nah,
on everybody.
nah,
Yeah,
I
you
wasn't
was a little
telling,
rat. Nah, bro, I know
nah.
how that go.
Look, I'm telling you how I got cool with them because we went to I don't want to name drop, but we went to some places for some competitions, and there was some girls in there, and some girls we went with. It was some girls that were popular at the school, and You know what I'm saying? I'm a little bitty. I used to be shooting my shot, on the slide all the time. And they used to tickle them niggas, man, because they used to hear me like, hey, I got some mad problems. You want me, you know what I'm saying? And they be laughing and stuff. So to the point where, like I said, we got cool. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, man, that guy right there, he's a character.
Wait, you
I
was
was I
pulling
was
them
playing what I
with
did,
math problems?
huh?
You said you had some math problems?
Nah, we used to go to number six competitions, bro. So, you know what I'm saying? We used to go to number six competitions,
You went to what is numbers? Bro, okay.
number sense. Number
Yeah.
sense, it was the competition they used to have where you use all your math tricks and they would give it like you got this timed, and you would go, and it's kind of like an academic cathlon type thing.
You know them dudes that was kind of lame that would tease a nigga for being smart?
Yeah.
That would have been me teasing you for being smart, going to math. That math shit you just said, bro. It's some smart ass shit, and it's lame as fuck that I'm an adult now. To like, as an adult, I know that's lame. Why are you teasing somebody for being smart? But back then, I definitely would have teased you, bro.
But it was broads there though, man. And so I'm like, if I'm saying it's like it's two of the three of the baddest broads at the school here.
What
I'm
grade
like,
was this?
third, fourth, fifth, sixth.
Oh, I thought you was talking about like middle school, third grade, bro. Third grade. Okay.
Well, not be third grade, fourth, fifth, but man, it was some stars walking through that school, man. I remember when this girl named Jessica, we used to call her Flat Jessica, and she came back the next year, and it was like, man, what the Jessica? She wasn't Flat Jessica no more, man, but she had a field day with niggas, man, because like everybody that was her nickname, Flat Jessica, man, and she came back blessed by the gods. He was telling niggas to suck her
Yeah, they were.
toes. That man, get out of my face, sucker. Not that like that, but But yeah, man.
Good times, man.
Funny, funny, funny stuff, man. Mr.
Yeah.
Mister. But anyway, man, it's been a riveting. How man, we haven't really got tell the people some of the things that you got going on and that you do.
Uh, yeah. Right now, I'm working on a couple of projects. I'm still performing here and there a little bit as far as the rap and the hip hop. I'll be having a show coming up. It's an event, Taco and Michelada event on April 27th. Also, I do animation. Uh, I do clothing, and I got a couple of series out with my animation, and it's also on my clothing. Kinfolk here, he's a character. It's basically he's a representation of that one person in your family that does the most. So he always has some crazy antics, and you can look at that up on YouTube, Kinfolk animations or Kinfolk cartoons rather. And I just started a kids cartoon called A Lesson Form, and it's just teaching kids just different lessons in life, and it got a little comedy in it or whatever, but it's strictly for kids. But yeah, I've been getting deep into the animation, and now I'm starting to I'm working on a music video, to animate a music video. Yeah, I like to write, I like to produce, so pretty much almost everything multimedia.
One stop shop, man. One
Are you,
stop shop,
do
man.
you act do you draw, or are you like with AI now,
Yeah, it's a computer animation. It's computer animation, but it's not AI. I've been doing it for about 10 years plus now. It's computer animation, kind of like a Grand Theft Auto type graphics or something like that.
See, I got the Adobe suite, and within the Adobe suite, they got Adobe animation. And when you watch the
Oh yeah.
tutorial, it makes you think someone like me who can't draw that I can make this fire animation creation just by watching the tutorials. You know what I'm saying? Like the little
Yeah.
white dude, like, oh yeah, you just make this shape, boom, you got a face. And yeah, I suck at it.
Yeah, it takes a lot. Adobe is cold though. I'm looking to get into 2D animation because I like some of how that looks, but that's a whole nother learning curve. So it probably be a whole nother year before I even start on it, because yeah, it's not easy to for everybody to learn it, because it took me a while to like really get my momentum up to be comfortable to do it. But I love it now, man. I get on a computer almost every day, and just if I'm not doing animation, I'm working on something. you know.
Yeah, but with this AI now, man, with some of these softwares,
Yeah,
uh, you know, like they got the free ones out there that get you hooked on it. And
yeah,
then, you know, if you really just buy a fire AI animation or AI software, period, it's a game changer. As if you have the idea and or the thought process or the artistic background to know what you want and to be able to give it that command, bro, this AI shit is crazy.
yeah. It's taking over.
Yeah.
We got another year or two, and it's gonna totally take over because they already got people. Even the government is already shut down a couple of programs that's too powerful
Some of
because
that
they don't even have the laws to govern it because it came so fast.
some of that shit is too real. Like I now I don't know if you two, you know, faithful brothers, you know, Omar, I don't know if you know, if you're single or not, but I
Yeah,
know
yeah,
Bug is in
I
a
am.
situation. All right, see, cool. You don't have the issue. But you
Yeah,
know, some of these IG, you know, models, they're AI models, and you won't know it. Like
true.
you'll be sitting there looking at liking the picture, liking the video, and if you don't go really look at it, and it'll tell you like AI model Jessica or whatever, you know what I'm saying? You will really think it's a real person.
Yeah,
To the point where Tyler Perry was actually building this new almost $500 million studio, and he stopped because AI software came out that he was privy to before it was shown to the public. And what it
right.
was a software um making when you make movies. So pretty much
Yeah.
if you come up with your concept, how you want your characters to look, you give your character background, how you want the setting, where you want it to be, everything. You put it down like you are getting ready to shoot this film and go to location, and boom, it's there.
Yeah.
He stopped production on the on that expansion piece of his studios. So
Yeah, it's everything is just basically it's being broken down to the individual of what you can do because I think AI will destroy a lot of jobs, but it'll build a lot of entrepreneurship too at the same time because
yeah,
everybody will have the power to do whatever they want to do. Individual, it's already happening with media, with news, as you see. YouTube and individuals are taking over from the news. Nobody watch the news anymore overall. I mean, in passing, you may, but it's not like it used to be to where you wake up, have your coffee or whatever. News was
Yeah.
a part of people's routine. Now people may stream and watch it, but everything is on the phone now. So, and the
yeah.
next thing is the AI. It's taking over, man.
And then
You can have AI friends you could talk to, and it'll respond to you, give you advice. This stuff is
no,
getting crazy, man. It's
Hey,
it's
how
it's
much?
it's interesting, but it's scary at the same time.
yeah, because you know, like the next. So the first step is creating AI and being able to give the AI commands. The scary thing is um the first off where the AI is getting information from. So right now, I would assume it's governed on where that AI can get information from. So now, whoever has the most money to have control over the software, that's who's feeding it the information. Like you can go to Chat GPT right now and say, "Tell me the story of Abraham Lincoln," and within seconds, it's gonna tell you said story of Abraham Lincoln. You know what I'm saying? Like the legit story. It's going off of like a data scrub, so it's
Yeah.
scrubbing the internet or whatever the database is that the parameters is given to be
Mhm.
able to give you the knowledge. I think one piece of the AI with some of our great thinkers are trying to do is try to get ahead of losing to the machines. So if we integrate ourselves with the AI power, you know what I'm saying? Example, Neuralink, once if they can get the Neuralink up and running, uh, you know, instead of me having to search on my phone, I'm thinking and I got the information. You know what I'm saying? Because when you kind of look at it with somewhat cyborgs as it is, our phones are always attached to us. We have endless information at our fingertips. We just have to process it by looking it up and reading it. Well,
Hold on,
Yeah.
let me finish.
whoa. I want you to go back a second about the Neuralink.
Yeah.
So you're saying that their end goal is to have a computer that can be linked to you neurologically?
end goal is to be able to process information just as fast as computers or machines. So if you understand, and I don't understand it fully because I'm not a neurologist or anything like that, but essentially your brain is a computer. You know what I'm saying? Your brain, essentially your brain is a computer. We don't even use all the capacity of our brain that we have. Now, if you can find a way to be able to tap into that consciousness or be able to transmit information directly to your brain, you know it instantaneously. So, like, prime example, right now, I can go pull up one of these AI chat GPTs or whatever and say, hey, how do I rebuild a motor? Boom. It'll give me step by step how to do it. Now, I still have to read it and process it. Now, think about if I can say, you know what? I want to learn how to be able to rebuild a motor tomorrow. And I can go to sleep and download that shit and wake up and now I have the information or the knowledge. You know what I'm saying? Well,
It's
think
not
about
the
that.
Matrix.
But think about it, though.
But you can look it up. Did you see they had they took like a few brain cells and they put it on this thing. They had the brain cells connected to something. It was playing like it was solving like a basic puzzle. It was just cells. It wasn't a brain. It was brain cells.
Well, yeah.
They were triggering it to figure out a puzzle. I'm like, man, they going somewhere with this. It won't be long.
Well, but see, in the other piece, like the DNA drive is a real thing. So you do realize, and that's the thing. When you look at the human DNA, the DNA is actually programmable. It's code. When you really look at it and you break it down and look at it, human DNA is actually code. It's programmable. And so you have they've already come up with the DNA drive, which you can store. I don't know the exact.
It's big. The storage is big.
It's stupid for like the amount. It's a very, very small cell of DNA can hold trillions and trillions or whatever they measure it.
Terabytes.
Yeah. So you have that. Boom. So you got the DNA drive where they can store information. And now you got the Neuralink in its early stages. With the Neuralink, they now have test subjects who have been able to have the Neuralink and be able to control prosthetics through the Neuralink.
I say that.
You know what I'm saying? And so the next stage is to be able to transfer information through the Neuralink. You know what I'm saying?
A nigga kill you with a prosthetic.
Imagine that now a nigga can hack into you and make you do a nigga can hack into you now because now you're a computer. You know what I'm saying? So imagine like you got to spend $400 every year for Norton antivirus for your computer and your brain. You know what I'm saying? But the thing is, once AI starts to self-learn, you know what I'm saying? Like right now, it's taking commands. But just like everything is gonna evolve. Anything that's that smart, it's gonna evolve. It's gonna find a way to evolve on its own. So the quickest way for a man to stay ahead is to integrate itself with technology. Like I truly do believe like 60 years from now, like not 60 years, maybe 100 years from now, bro, humans aren't going to be the humans that we know at all.
No.
And think about when they start being able to make androids that can now conceive because they already have the what's it called? It's not the uterus, whatever the woman makes that carries the kid. They have a
I know what you're talking about.
They have an artificial one.
Surrogate mother, or
instead of having a surrogate, if you couldn't, they actually have a I don't know the name of it, bro, but they got a fake one. They can grow a baby outside of a human in this. So this thing, if you integrate that with a mannequin who. Not a mannequin, but like a weird robot who has woman parts.
So the robot can have a baby, and then the baby will be half robot, half human.
That's what Cable was. That's what Cable is. Cable is an X-Men man from the future who's integrated with technology.
Yeah, or things are getting more efficient. I mean, they already have it. It's a thing called CRISPR, to where they can put your whole gene structure. It's like a venomous machine for your genes. They already working on it overseas. Some international laws don't like it because eliminate like certain genetic flaws. Like they say, like if you don't, if back for example, the argument was like they say, okay, I don't want any more people with that's a midget or have Down syndrome or have this or have that to be born. So you can go in there and edit the gene code, but they're like the other people who were fighting it, like, well, who are we to say that's not good? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it's called CRISPR. It stands for something. It's called CRISPR. But they basically, and they know about maybe a small percentage of the whole structure, but they can go in, they learn it every day. They can go in and take out certain genes in your gene pool, and like the next kid you have or whatever won't have that problem no more.
Well, you know, that
That's
was like
crazy.
a couple of years ago. It was like a trend where the wealthy were going overseas somewhere, and they were like having like they call it designer babies, where
Yeah.
you can say, I want my kid to have blue eyes, I want my kid to be at least 6 feet to 6'4". You know what I'm saying? And there were things they would do. I don't know what they would do. I don't know how they did it. I don't know how they manipulated it, but the kid could come out with blue eyes, a certain height, certain, you know, attributes that they claim that they could program through whatever it is they do, through the toying of genetics. Like, you know, they've been playing with genetics since World War One. So
Yeah,
you
for
know what I'm
real.
saying? Nah, it's crazy though, bro. And so when you look at this AI shit and how man is trying to fuse computer or machinery with humans, like it on one hand it's fire. On one hand, it really sounds fire. It sounds like with some of these applications you can help with blindness, help people who have prosthetics, you know, maybe even be able to cure some of these ailments and remove some of these diseases out of our society. But also with that, anything that powerful is going to be manipulated by money, greed, nefariousness, and you know, like I watched Terminator. I feel like, you know, that shit ain't that far fetched. You know what I'm saying?
Man, it's coming. But the movies, you know, they warn us in a way, because a lot of stuff you see on movies is start to come to life. You start seeing it, you know, like a lot of things on Demolition Man. We kind of living in that time where people, you know, it's just as many people that was homeless as living in peace, and everything was like basically restricted. You couldn't do anything without anyone's approval, and people was doing all this virtual stuff, and it just everything is starting to be stripped down. Basically, we'll just be under command of a one. They're trying to get it to like a one world order, because everything is like now is like trying to group everything together. So we got to enjoy these times, because we'll be looking back at these times as the good old days.
Yeah,
Remember we
man.
had Zoom, we could talk to people without paying for it and telling
What?
people, somebody, this like we're talking in 20 years. Remember we could just get on the phone and call without having permission. We could call our friends. We have to get a code from the government.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, because we seeing that, you know, people can't afford rent. The prices are increasing, and I don't know, man. Things. I knew when we didn't have being broke 10 years ago is a lot different from being broke now. You can have money and still be broke now.
Mm-hmm.
You can make good money, but it ain't good money really, because everything's so expensive. But before, you could be broke. Like if you had $10, you broke, but you gonna be all right. You know what I'm saying? Like you put 5 in the tank, you could put 2 on the noodles, you know, and still have $3 on your pocket. $10 ain't nothing now.
Still get you a bill. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah,
Man,
exactly.
hey, me and Boog just stretched $15, man. Me and Boog, you know, we didn't hop in the car, bought a 6-pack, some food,
Gas.
gas, off a hot 15, 20. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah,
Actually, it's been times me and Boog had a good 25, 30 between the two of us. That was a good night, bro. We had
yeah.
some
Oh
drink
yeah,
for us and some females. You know what I'm talking about?
yeah, yeah.
Man,
Not
Can't
no
do that
more.
shit now.
man.
Not no more. They cutting out that middle class, man. And if something don't change, just go. The middle class gonna be gone. It's already fading out. So
For a 5
yeah,
in the tank, we got half tank gas. We could roll for the night. You know what I'm talking about?
Man.
Get a 12-pack for like $6,
yeah,
$7.
I remember
Go to me.
going to
Go.
race with $1.50, man. Coming out of there with like 3 sodas, couple of candies, and some cold. I mean, some icy, maybe like an ice cream cone or maybe something like with the $1.50, man.
$1.50, yeah. You was kind of
Yeah.
like your T lady give you $2-3 to go to the store, bro. You was balling.
Oh man, bro, I got you last time, bro. Here, man. And them 3 quarters, you can play the game.
Oh
You
yeah.
can you can get your honey bun, and you
Yeah.
75 cents could go for it, man. Even to get on the game, if it's a Street Fighter 2, might be able to hustle up. You know what I'm saying? Okay, well, shit, I'm
That
playing
was the
50 cent.
game.
You know what I'm
Chips was
saying?
4 for $1 for the real chips, the
Oh
Lay's
yeah,
and the
yeah, yeah.
Dorito, and then the big grabs they were 59 cents.
Man, what I'm saying, man, for 150, man, do some things, man. Now, not so much. Not so
You
much.
can't do nothing with 150.
Nah.
150, man. You can't even get you a large drink with 150, man.
And then, back in the day, Mr. Lee give credit, man. He walking there, I'm talking after school, Mr. Lee. I ain't got nothing. All right,
Yeah.
make sure you pay me tomorrow. I might not pay Mr. Lee till Friday, but
I can't even think about all the stores. It was Lucky 7, and the one on Blodgett. That was the first time. That was the first black-owned store I ever knew on Blodgett in Ennis, across the street from TSU HPE building. I used to have Street Fighter in there. Used to, you know what I'm saying? You can go in there,
Yeah.
play the game. You know what I'm saying? They had another one in front of Turner, in front of St. Mary's, Corner Store. That whole burnt down. That was
Oh,
a
it's
stop for
7 days.
7 days. Yeah, 7 days was hard, man. 7 days was hard. That was a hard little
Yeah.
store, man.
Yeah, I like 7 days, man.
Man. But yeah, man.
Omar, link your socials, man. Where can people find you
Yeah.
on if you got some socials? You might be an OG, you might not do all this
Yeah,
fire.
I don't too much to it, but you can find me on I am Overflow. That's Instagram, no W at the end. I am Overflow. And just look up Facebook Omar Wesley. I put all my content on my Facebook. It's a little bit of everything. You can look on YouTube, Kinfo Cartoons. That should pop up. I still do those cartoons, and that's basically it. I'm still trying to link myself up to this new age world, but I'm working on it.
All right,
Man,
man.
he
Hey,
remind me
man.
of he remind me of what's your boy from the Worthy, man, who had on the show, who had the children's book and uh ex model, light skin, you know what I'm saying, with the hair, just had a son, man. You know what I'm talking
Oh,
about.
you
What
talking about
you forgot? You forgot too.
no, 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 no. You talk about Bird, but he go by another name now. He got a Bird. You talking about Bird,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
he got
yeah.
a
I
he
can't
got
think of his
a
name. Yeah,
stage
yeah,
name like
yeah,
not
yeah.
a stage.
Ash
I don't
DeVito.
want yeah, Ash
Ash
DeVito. I
DeVito.
don't
Yeah,
want to say stage name. That's his professional name, Ash DeVito.
yeah.
Yeah.
Ash DeVito, man. He has a bunch of businesses as well, the same way. He got some music stuff and he got some couple movies and all kind of stuff. But yeah, yeah. That's what's up, man. Gotta have you back on the show, man.
For sure.
Plans for that. We working on something also collaborative
Yes, sir.
On the blast. So when you get done with that, let me know and we can
For sure.
start posting that. But yeah, man. Duh, man. I didn't get to argue with you today, bro. So
We ain't got nothing to
God
argue
bless.
about tonight. We ain't got to argue. We ain't got to argue. I be hard on us sometimes. Pause. After we argue, I be feeling bad, and then I listen to some of these other platforms, and they argue every day, and it be like 10 times worse than our shit. You know what I'm talking about? But
Yeah.
It
That
be
keep the
about lucky.
wheels turning. That's
yeah,
what's up. Yeah, but it's definitely been a pleasure meeting you, Doug.
hey,
JB, you know what it
likewise,
is, man.
likewise.
Yeah, yeah. My
I'll
guy,
definitely keep
man.
in touch with y'all, man.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
All right, man. Well,
All
it's
right.
been another episode of the 16 Shots Podcast. Young James
Young
Boogie.
James Boogie, you are
Hey, all
crazy.
dub.
I'll tell you what I think.
And our guest, Mr. Omar.
Yes, sir.
Overflow.
And we out.
No, I'm talking about
Appreciate
instruments
it.
to get the bitches, man.
All right.
All right, y'all.